Hello, students, family members, faculty, and administration. Today we celebrate our years of dedication, relentlessness, tears, perseverance, and our journey as being a Falcon. I'm excited to see fellow classmates and past and current professors. I want to share a piece of my story that a lot of you are unfamiliar with, but may find it similar to your own. At a young age, I was taught to work hard for what I wanted and to love thy neighbor as thyself. These values weighed heavily on me, even when I was discriminated against. In the 6th grade, I was labeled special ed, and my scoring pal began to start testing me for symptoms of a mental disability. The person testing me didn't practice anything medically, but was instead a part-time staff member with a degree in English. Finally, a couple weeks ago, I understood why I was being tested. My mother told me that I received all F's in the 6th grade, and I was not supposed to graduate. I did what was required, but did not get any credit. Now, 8 years later, my mom told me because she thought it would have devastated me to know I was failing the 6th grade. So thank you, Mom. In middle school, I found a crew of friends. I didn't know that the crowd I was hanging out with was involved in troublesome activities. It didn't take long for me to find out. Every day at lunch, we would fight to prepare ourselves like we're getting ready for some kind of war. I fought every week of the school year for something that never came. That was not the only problem I had to encounter. In the 8th grade, when graduation was coming around, I needed to pass my life science class with a Zint graph. I was not doing the work because when I did, I would get no points or fewer points than everyone else. My parents intervened. They went, and she said I was missing weeks of homework, and the homework I did was not enough. My mom told me to do the work, so I did 3 weeks of homework in 2 days, but it was still not enough. I had a full page for the majority of assignments with a picture when students with A's only had 4 to 5 sentences. It was not until my parents consulted with the principal and teacher that I was finally granted the grade I earned and deserved. When I went to high school, all those times preparing for war finally came into action. Displaced from my normal social crowd into a place with some rival clans, my first reaction was violence. I would not back down from anyone. I demanded respect. School continued to be secondary, and being cool and respected was always the goal. I joined the football team and became even more distracted from my academics. And for my freshman year semester, I earned a GPA of a whopping 1.3. In the semester after, a 1.83. Socially, my school started to heat up with incoming transfer students, and I quit football. But I did not quit getting in trouble. I got into 7 fights my sophomore year and barely got over a 2.0 both semesters. In the second semester of my sophomore year, towards the end, my teacher, Mr. Olea, asked me did I ever want to be something in life. I responded yes. He then proceeded to tell me if I continued to go the way I was going, I would end up dead or in jail like another statistic. And that he once stood in the same shoes I stood in. I respected that someone who was educated came from the same place I came from. That next year, I rejoined football and worked hard in class and finally got a 3.0 first semester and a 3.3 GPA the second semester. I stayed away from violence and made my goal for the next year to not get suspended and get a 4.0 GPA. The first semester, I became a scholar athlete with a 3.83 GPA, and with only 1 semester left, I earned a GPA of a 4.0 with only 1 general education class, and became class president of my economics class. I then became excited and enrolled at Cerritos College for fall 2014. Transferring to Cerritos, I was not interested in being involved on campus because I thought it was corny and a waste of time. I later found my passion for the environment and decided to pursue it by joining the environmental club, which I wanted nothing to do with the first time they asked me to join. My passion for student advocacy blossomed, and I joined the ASCC court to continue to have a bigger impact on campus. In fall 2015, I applied for the Chief Justice position and got it. I revised the bylaws to be gender neutral to push Cerritos College push Cerritos College further in regards to equality. In spring 2015, the Environmental Club nominated me for Mr. Cerritos, and I won. I also won 2 sustainability scholarships this year, which are the Edison Green Jobs and California Higher Education Sustainability Scholarship, showing my academic knowledge in regards to environmental interactions. I will be attending the University of Berkeley for fall 2016, the #1 publicly ranked institution in the world. I say all this to tell you we all have one thing in common, and that is that we all have faced adversity. These problems are on different ends of the spectrum, but we did what we needed to do to get us to this place today. We had countless oppositions, and for that I applaud each and every one of you for continuing to push forward despite the challenges you have faced. Cerritos College continues to produce top-tier students, and they are you individuals here today. Transferring students, please be loud and proud. On 3, I want you to say the institution you're transferring to. 1, 2, 3. UC Berkeley. Did you hear that, faculty and administration? That is the sound of success. That is the sound of us moving forward. That is the sound of overcoming when someone didn't believe in you. That is the sound of succeeding when you failed times before. That is the sound of us. Perseverance, tears, relentless dedication. We will move forward. Falcons, it's time to soar. My name is Trent and I am a proud Falcon.